What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity ANC, and you are checking out our Attitude Year Season 3 series recap as we cover all things in New Millennium in the WWE. I will refer to it as the WWF. As you know, the WWF changed their name to WWE back in 2002, but for the purposes of the Attitude Years, we're going to call it WWF. So we're on the road to Backlash. We're covering WWF SmackDown from April 20th, 2000, live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Happy 420 in the year 2000. And to kick off SmackDown, we have Tag Team Champion Edge taking on the Road Dogg. Road Dogg gets the win after rolling up Edge holding the tights. And we know that DX will take on Edge and Christian for the tag titles at Backlash. Road Dogg gets the victory here over Edge to kick off SmackDown. Next up, we have WWF Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon Helmsley and the WWF Champion, the Game Triple H, come out to the ring. Triple H says, over the last couple of days, people are saying I had a bad day on Raw. As time goes on, record books will show it wasn't. I never lost a title, shoved, never show Earl Hebner trying to screw me. The one thing that did happen that could be considered bad was when Linda McMahon came out here to make her announcement. She's a psycho. What kind of mom would slap her daughter? Seeing you get slapped made me snap. Shane is a mama's boy. Tonight, Chris Jericho will fight The Rock in a lumberjack match, and Shane will handpick those lumberjacks. There will be no more bad days. And that's when ECW champion Tazz comes out. Tazz says, I want you in the ring so you can learn why they call me the human wrecking machine. Triple H says, this is the WWF. I will prove that ECW sucks. Taz says, get prepared to be choked out. I don't play games. So this is the first time we're seeing a a wrestler with another company's title on WWE. They did this back with Ric Flair in 1991, but Taz is the current ECW champion competing on SmackDown against the current WWE champion. We then see WWF Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon Helmsley backstage, and she invites Kurt Angle to be a lumberjack in the main event, and the two of them shake hands. Stephanie has had this little crush, it seems like, on Kurt Angle since he debuted back in 1999, and it's grown more and more. Next up, we have the Dudley Boyz taking on Essa Rios with Lita and the WWF European Champion Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero with his Mamacita China. Eddie lands a missile dropkick to Devon. Lita accidentally lands a flying splash to Eddie Guerrero, which then allows the Dudley Boyz to land a 3D to Essa Rios, and the Dudley Boyz defeat Guerrero and Rios. After China grabs Lita and tosses Lita to the Dudley Boyz, Bubba Ray Dudley then lands a super power bomb to Lita through a table. Now remember, when Trish was about to go through a table, Bubba could not put her through it. However, he did put Lita through a table here tonight on SmackDown. Next up, we see Shane McMahon asking the Radicals if they could be lumberjacks, and they agree, and we'll be seeing that later on. Next, we have Rikishi taking on the Big Show. Rikishi dances to the ring, and then Big Show challenges Rikishi to a dance-off. They do a little silly dance, and then Big Show attacks Rikishi before the bell. Rikishi lands a Samoan drop. Big Show lands the worm. And then Rikishi tosses Big Show into the steps, and the referee counts them both out. After Rikishi tells the Big Show, let's finish what we started, they both start to dance, and then Rikishi lays out the Big Show with a super kick. Now, remember, Big Show's trying to show off his new Hollywood persona. He's been doing these silly skits now for a couple of weeks, and it's getting a little stale, I will say. But we then see Kurt Angle saying he has his three eyes and he will be featured in a movie. We'll be seeing if that happens. Next up, ECW Champion Tazz taking on the WWF Champion Triple H with WWF Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon Helmsley by his side. We see Tazz clothesline Triple H to the floor and then slams Triple H into the table. Triple H lands a face buster, but Tazz applies a Tazz mission. Triple H lands a low blow and a pedigree, but ECW famed icon Tommy Dreamer appears, and he accidentally hits Tazz with a steel chair. Triple H lands a pedigree to Tommy and pins Tazz, and Triple H destroys ECW in one night, sadly. It was great to see Tommy Dreamer. I didn't know that he showed up in 2000, but we'll see him show up in the Invasion storyline next year. But Triple H defeats ECW Champion Tazz. Not surprising. Next up, we have D'Lo Brown and the Godfather taking on TNA with Trish Stratus. D'Lo accidentally kicks the Godfather, which allows Albert to land a two-handed choke slam, and TNA get the victory. After the match, D'Lo Brown attacks the Godfather with the lowdown, and this partnership between D'Lo and the Godfather looks to be over. Next up, we have WWF Tag Champion Christian taking on X-Pac with Tori. During the match, Christian lands a gut buster. Road Dogg distracts Christian, which allows X-Pac to land an X Factor, and X-Pac gets the victory. Afterwards, though, Edge and Christian attack DX, and we'll see these two teams compete at Backlash. Next, Shane McMahon is seen asking the Dudley Boyz to be Lumberjacks. They agree. Next, we have WWF Intercontinental Champion Chris Benoit defending against Kurt Angle. Angle lands a belly-to-belly and a Northern Light suplex for two. Benoit lands three German suplexes, but then Big Show tosses Chris Benoit off the top rope and chases off Kurt Angle. Chris Benoit gets the DQ victory, and what's more important is the storyline that's happening between the Big Show and Chris Benoit. I'm sorry, the Big Show and Kurt Angle here. We then see Triple H asking Bull Buchanan and Big Boss Man to be Lumberjacks. We see WWF Hardcore Champion Crash Holly at the Circus. The Mean Street Posse attack Crash Holly dressed up as clowns. They look silly, but of course, Crash is able to escape and hold on to that Hardcore Championship. Next up, we see Triple H, Stephanie, Shane, DX, the Dudley Boyz, Kurt Angle, the Radicals, TNA, Bull Buchanan, and Big Boss Man. They are all Lumberjacks for this main event. Chris Jericho versus The Rock. Rock tosses Jericho to the floor. The Lumberjacks attacks Jericho. Jericho lands a springboard dropkick, and The Rock falls, and the Lumberjacks attack The Rock. Jericho lands a Lionsault for a two. Jericho and The Rock both attack the Lumberjacks. Chris Benoit ends up hitting Chris Jericho with a flying headbutt. Chris Jericho kicks out at two. Rock lands a rock bomb to Chris Jericho, but the game Triple H ends up hitting The Rock with the WWF title, and he lays Chris Jericho on top of The Rock. Chris Jericho defeats The Rock with help from the game Triple H, and Triple H promises that there will be no more bad nights for him or the McMahon-Helmsley regime. We will find out what happens. We have Raw is War from April 24th in Raleigh, North Carolina next. Two more episodes, and then we're at Backlash. I'm excited for that. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.